Hey, 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 y'all. I am back. This is Goddess of Light Magee. I am back with another video for you guys. Something a little different, but it still is in the realm of spirituality. As you can see on the screen, tonight we're going to be talking about traditional African religions. Okay, there's so many religions in the world today. There's Christianity, Islam, Buddhism, Hinduism, African spirituality, Tao, just so many different religions. So we're going to talk about the traditional African religions tonight. I was just sitting here listening to the thunderstorm on TV, and it just ran across my mind. I said I never really got in depth with this religion of our people. African Americans is what they call us. We are the first people of the world, and I'm going to talk about it for just a few minutes, maybe about 10 or 15 minutes, okay? All right, I might make this a series and just take it for 21 days. I'm doing my meditation and affirmations right now for 21 days. We only have 4 more days left. We on day 17. Today was day 17 of our meditation and affirmations, okay? All right, let's go ahead and get into this really quick so I can just wrap it up. Traditional African religions. The traditional beliefs and practices of African people are highly diverse beliefs that include various ethnic religions. Generally, these traditions are oral rather than scriptural and passed down from one generation to another through folk tales, songs, and festivals. Include belief in an amount of higher and lower gods, sometimes including a supreme creator or force, belief in spirits, veneration of the dead, use of magic, and traditional African medicine. Most religions can be described as animistic, with various polytheistic and pantheistic aspects. The role of humanity is generally seen as one of harmonizing nature with the supernatural. Nature being the trees, the hills, the forests, the woods, the plants, the animals, insects, all of that is nature. The sun, the moon, the sky, all of that, the planets, all of that is nature. Okay? All right. Now we're going to talk about how it spread. Adherents of traditional religions in Africa are distributed among 43 countries and are estimated to number over 100 million. That's a lot. That's a lot of people. Excuse me. Although most Africans today are adherents of Christianity or Islam, African people often combine the practice of their traditional beliefs with the practice of Abrahamic religions. That means Christianity and Islam. The two Abrahamic religions are widespread across Africa, though mostly concentrated in different areas. They have replaced indigenous African religions, but are often adapted to African culture, context, and belief systems. Abrahamic religious beliefs, especially monotheistic elements such as the belief in a single creator God, was introduced into traditionally polytheistic African religions rather early. Followers of traditional African religions are also found around the world. In recent times, religions such as Yoruba religion are on the rise. The religion of the Yoruba is finding roots in the islands of the Caribbean and portions of Central and South America. In the United States, voodoo is more prominent in the states along the Gulf of Mexico. hmm Okay, basics. The basics. Animism builds the core concept of traditional African religions. Okay? Animism builds the core concept of traditional African religions. This includes the worships of tutelary deities, nature worship, ancestor worship, and the belief in an afterlife. While some religions adopted the pantheistic worldview, most follow a polytheistic system with various gods, spirits, and other supernatural beings. Traditional African religions also have elements of fetishism, shamanism, and venerations of relics. Okay? Traditional Africans, like most other ancient traditional religions around the world, were based on oral traditions. These traditions are not religious principles, but a cultural identity that is passed on through stories, myths, and tales from one generation to the next. The community of one's family, but also the environment, plays an important role in one's personal life. Followers believe in the guidance of their ancestors' spirits. Among many traditional African Okay, I thought I got cut off there. Sorry. Okay. Let's see where we were. Let's go back. I thought I got cut off. Among many traditional African religions, there are spiritual leaders and kinds of priests. These persons are essential in the spiritual and religious survival of the community. There are mystics that are responsible for healing and divining, a kind of fortune telling and counseling similar to shamans. These traditional healers have to be called by ancestors or gods. They undergo strict training and learn many necessary skills, including how to use natural herbs for healing and other more mystical skills, like the finding of a hidden object without knowing where it is. Traditional African religions believe that ancestors maintain a spiritual connection with their living relatives. Most ancestral spirits are generally good and kind. Negative actions taken by ancestral spirits is to cause minor illnesses, to warn people that they have gotten onto the wrong path. Native African religions are centered on ancestor worship, the belief in a spirit world, supernatural beings, and free will, unlike the later developed concept of faith. Deceased humans and animals or important objects still exist in the spirit world and can influence or interact with the physical world. Forms of polytheism was widespread in most of ancient Africa, in most of ancient African and other religions of the world before the introduction of Islam, Christianity, and Judaism, which means they were here before. Okay? An exception was the short-lived monotheistic religion created by Pharaoh Akhenaten, who made it mandatory to pray to his personal god Atum. The remarkable change to traditional Egyptian religion was, however, reverted by his younger son Tutankhamun. High gods, along with other more specialized deities, ancestor spirits, territorial spirits, and beings, are a common theme among traditional African religions, highlighted the complex and advanced culture of ancient Africa. Some research suggests that certain monotheistic concepts, such as the belief in a high god or force, next to other many other gods, deities, and spirits, sometimes seen as intermediaries between humans and the Creator, were present within Africa before the introduction of Abrahamic religion. These indigenous concepts were different from the monotheism found in the Abrahamic religion, which is saying that African religions were practiced before the Abrahamic religion was ever thought of. Okay? Traditional African medicine is also directly linked to traditional African religions. Okay? Well, that's just a little bit about it. We could stop right there and just talk about it, okay? Let's see what I wanted to find the practices, okay? Let's look at some of the practices. There are more similarities than differences in all traditional African religions. The deities and spirits are honored through libation of sacrifice of animals, vegetables, cooked food, flowers, semi-precious stones, and precious metals. The will of the gods or spirits is sought by the believer also through consultation of divinities or divination. Traditional African religions embrace natural phenomena, ebb and tide, waxing and waning moon, rain and droughts, and the rhythmic pattern of agriculture. For example, in the Syria, there are so many religions. There's so many. It's too many to name. But this is just one. For example, in the Syria religion, one of the most sacred stars in the cosmos is called Yona, the star of Sirius. With a long farming tradition, the Syria high priest and priestesses Satuko deliver yearly sermons at the Exo ceremony, divination ceremony, emphatic before Yona's phase in order to predict winter months and enable farmers to start farming. Okay? Traditional healers are common in most areas and their practices include a religious element of varying degrees. Okay, there's also divination. There's sacred places. And there's tradition by regions. Okay, mostly African religion is practiced in Central, Southeast, and Southern Africa, Congo, Chad, Gabon, South Sudan, Kenya, Tanzania, Uganda, Tanzania. I said Tanzania. Transnizoia, Ethiopia. Okay, I got cut off. I'm back. Okay, I was naming the different areas of where African religion is practiced. We left off with Ethiopia. So Egypt, Tunisia, Algeria, Libya, maybe it's Libya, Morocco, Western Sahara, let's see, what else? Mali, Niger, Chad, Burkina Faso. There's so many different countries where African religion is practiced. Zimbabwe, West Africa, and they have different religions that they practice. Mali practices the Dogon religion. We're going to talk about the Dogon religion, the Yoruba religion, and the voodoo religion. Okay, we're going to talk about those in the coming days. Excuse me. But that's all for right now. I just thought I'd come in and talk about the African religion for a few minutes. And we'll be back tomorrow and we'll finish it up. And also, we will be finishing up our meditation and affirmation session on tomorrow will be day 18, okay? I hope you all join me back here. Thanks for stopping by tonight. I hope you've enjoyed this little session on religion. And please like and subscribe to my channel, okay? Have a great night. Namaste.